Ladies and gentlemen, frequent flyers, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. That's right, I'm all but a potato. This is Transport Fever 2. I've already said that, but it bears repeating. It's an important message. Anyway, we are here right over wood green. Now, we've not really dealt with wood green much throughout the course of this series. However, today is the day. Today is the day where we are actually going to connect the mainland to this island anyway, and hopefully we're going to be able to take some of the resources that we've got over here and move them over to the mainland over there. Specifically, I want to try and use the Rothwell goods factory. I don't know how we're going to use this, but you know, just roll with me for a little bit, and hopefully we're going to be able to incorporate this factory into our network. Grand. So, the first thing that I want to do before creating like and linking up to all of the different sort of resource extraction and resource processing facilities is I want to absolutely get sort of a rudimentary passenger service. Now, I'm not entirely convinced that it's worth getting a passenger service up in Rothwell. I think Rothwell's probably just a little bit too small. I think. Whereas Wood Green is definitely of the right size to get a passenger terminal over here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a lovely, wonderful little boat harbor, passenger harbor. In fact, it could be. We could actually make it a. We could actually legitimately make it an airport. Although we're absolutely going to need a harbor anyway. So we might as well sort of just bite the bullet and just do it whilst the going is good. Right. I was kind of hoping that it would maybe be a little bit more central. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's nothing actually stopping us from building a bit of a canal, like, into the center of town. Maybe we actually do that. Maybe, you know, since I've got so much money, maybe we just live dangerously and build a canal right the way into the center of town. Right. This is what we're gonna do. This is perhaps the wildest thing that I have ever attempted. Just in my life. In my entire life. Okay. So, we want to bump the strength up, and we want to make the brush size a little bit bigger. Alright. Okay, that looks okay. Make it square. Maybe don't make it square, actually, because making it square means that we're going to have these awful, awful, awful edges. Okay, smooth it out a little bit. Okay, how's that looking? Is that a large enough area to hold a passenger harbor? Docks outside navigable waters. Let me have a little look at the navigable waters section. I think it needs to be just a little bit wider. Okay. And maybe a bit deeper as well. I don't know what defines navigable water. Presumably. Oh, yes. It is in fact depth. Wonderful. Okay. Well, let's just try and even it out at a depth that we know is navigatable. Okay, how's that looking? That's looking not too bad. That's looking not too bad at all. Right, brilliant. Over here. Spread this out as far as we can go. Close to the side. We are kind of splitting the town in half, but I'm not particularly bothered about that for now. That's an issue for another day. Okay, we've extended the navigable waters just by a little bit. Any joy? Any joy taking them further? No, I think we're gonna have to ditch a couple of these houses over here. And then let's return to doing this. That... Oh, it's so very, very close to working, isn't it? Oh. I actually legitimately think that we can make this work. Oh my... I absolutely do not believe it. Let's make it a large terminal. In fact, let's make it a small terminal, but we'll change it around a little bit. That is absolutely shocking. I cannot believe that, but we have just made a massive incursion into the island, and it worked. It absolutely worked. I simply cannot believe it. Okay, ditch that dock, and instead see if we can stick in a large dock. Just there, fantastic. And then a landing, large landing. That works. Doesn't want to work over here, though I actually think if I ditch this and have another attempt, getting it a little bit more central. Oh. If I get it a little bit more central. We're just out with the navigatable water sort of area. That's fine though. That's fine. Okay, configure this terminal. Configure it to take big boats. I don't know. Yeah, that won't work, will it? That might actually work. That might actually work. Build a large dock. Yep. Docks outside navigatable waters. Oh, we can make this work. I'm convinced. I'm absolutely convinced that we can make this work. Right. Last attempt. Last attempt. This is it. Okay. Then give me the option to configure. Ditch that. And let's make this happen. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, I don't think. Nope, and that is the worst of both worlds. Okay, well, you know what? That is what it is. Yeah, we may be able to add on a small one in the future, but for now, let's just stick with a big dock, and let's not put it there because that is pretty horrific. In fact, you know what? Let's stick with a small dock. Let's stick with a small dock for now, and then we can upgrade it as and when required. Okay, so that is, I mean, altogether too much money just disappeared, but that's okay. I mean, we end up with a, you know, we end up with a bus service. We end up with a ferry terminal right in the center of town, which ain't too bad. Right. On that note, let's make sure that everything is adequately connected. I'm gonna get a tram depot right over yonder. One building will be removed. Nope, just make it over here. Great. Streets. Bus lane tools. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I love me a bus lane. Okay. Over there. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't want to remove any buildings anywhere, thanks. I'm fine with the number of buildings that I have in this town already, given that I've had to economize and I've had to get rid of a couple. That goes over there. Brilliant. That goes over there. Fantastic. All right, give me a new line. Bash that up together. That looks grand. Tramming on a lonely island. Wonderful. Right, tramming on a lonely island. Give me some vehicles. Just anything. What have we got? The Peter Witt streetcar? Sure. One seems absolutely fine. Tramming on a lonely island. Fantastic. Get going. And what do you know? What do you know? We've got our first tram service over in Wood Green. I think Wood Green is gonna grow fairly rapidly, actually. Right, now, let me just check that this is all navigatable. Yes, it is indeed. Wonderful. I think that we should have access where we need access to be. But just to make sure, I'm going to... Oh, I know exactly where the passenger terminal is going over here. Wonderful. Yeah, just to make sure, I'm going to make sure that I build absolutely everything in the first instance. Yeah, let's actually connect up the road first, shall we? There we go. And plonk that down there. And that actually should already be within, yeah, within range of Groovy Gravesend, which is fine. Totally, totally fine. Okay, and let's get a shipyard, which will need to be on the land somewhere, but I don't want it to be too near a population center, just in case a shipyard causes noise. I don't really know if that's a thing, but why chance it? Right. Will it work? It works. Oh my goodness, it actually works. Whoops, too many times, but that's fine. Island getaway. This is where the intelligentsia of Gravesend go for a little holiday. They go to Woodgreen. That's what happens, don't you know? I tell you what, if I was just to demolish, I say demolish. If I was to terraform, a tiny, tiny, tiny little sort of Suez Canal style walkthrough. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it will cost me a couple of million, which is fine, because, I mean, I've got a couple of million spare, don't I? Right, does that make that navigatable? Oh, it does indeed. Oh, that's wonderful. Let me make it a little bit wider. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so that should completely change the course of the, completely change the course of the passenger line. And, in actuality, we've changed changed the island. We've made another island. How great is that? That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's get a boat equipped onto this line. I've only spent 10 of my however many millions. I'd like a fast boat, please. I'd like a fast boat. Cargo capacity 80, 110. I'll go with a Frontenac, sure, and I think honestly one will be absolutely adequate. So that looks completely grand. I don't think there are any issues with that whatsoever. So I think I can rest easy. I think that's pretty darn good. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. How is this going over here? Why are we having a large queue over here? Why is there a large queue? Is it Goodley? Goodley seems to be a ridiculously slow train. Yeah, I did say that I wanted to double. I wanted to double this at some point. Or double the tracks at some point. Make it a bit easier for fast trains to go past fast. Right. Manage the vehicle. Let's get it changed. And let's add on another engine. What engine is this? This is the... I don't even know. Give me one of those, sure. Right. Modify that. So we've now got 2 engines on this train. Is it gonna go any faster? I mean, I feel like it should, but it just absolutely doesn't look like it's doing any speed at all. You're waiting for a free path? Not entirely sure why that is such a problem for you. Yeah, a bit disconcerted, actually. Bit disconcerted, but okay. Even Goodlier is looking profitable, which I like. I like a heck of a lot. Not as profitable or not as numerous services as I would like, but you know, we're gonna get more advanced aircraft at some point in the future, and when that happens, things are gonna be good. Anyway, how's the island getaway route looking? Very, very unprofitable at the moment. Very, 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 very unprofitable, but that's okay. That's completely fine. Anyway, I did say that I wanted to try and sort of subsidize these islands over here and see if we can See if we can make something special happen. Rothwell chemical plant. Now, what can we do with a chemical plant? We can always use the oil from this well over here, transport it to this chemical plant, transport it to the goods factory. But then we'd still need to manufacture steel at some point. And the nearest steel factory, I think, is Bewdley Steel Mill. Maybe Shipknoll Steel Mill. I don't think that there's anything nearer. Yeah, I think that's it. And in fact, we'd have to refine the oil first at the Swaffham oil refinery before bringing it back across to the island of Rothwell. Maybe this is just going to be an altogether too convoluted and fiddly process for me to faff around with. Let me just see how Goodley's doing. Yeah, why is this... This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Right. You return back that way. Why would you not want to go forward? There we go. Will that make any difference to your attitude? It looks like it will. Brilliant. Alright, well, I'm glad that that had a positive effect. Not entirely sure what we did, but alas. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And you can come in here and just chill out. Grand. Okay, so it looks like we are indeed making inroads, getting a couple of goods sorted. Yeah, the tailbacks on the main line really are becoming a little bit of a problem, but that's fine. That's totally fine. That's okay. I'm okay with this. It's fine. I'm just wondering, is it in perhaps a better idea just to completely ditch the whole setup that we had, you know, where we transport all of the goods via air? I'm thinking that is, you know, perhaps the most inefficient way of doing things. But I kind of like doing it. I kind of like doing it that way. Also, something else that I need to consider, do we need to get more food and construction materials for Gravesend? I think we actually do. I think we totally do. And at the moment, we're just not getting enough stone. So that's something that we're gonna have to fix as well. But I think that needs to be fixed with a super fast track. So we've got a lot to think about. We've got a brand new passenger service, which I'm sure might eventually be profitable. Maybe, just maybe it'll be profitable. We did spend rather a lot of money sorting the problems out. Yeah, look, I want to grow Burnley. I want to connect up some more towns. I feel like I should just connect up some more towns. Let's connect up some more towns and see if we can try and, at the same time, expand the track that we use, the mainline track that we use from Shipknoll to Gravesend. Let's do that. So, Horsham. Let's try and get Horsham linked up to the network. I feel like that's a sort of a comfortable middle ground. A comfortable middle ground for me. Okay, let's, yeah, just a regular old passenger station. Nothing terminal about it. Let's take this back. And let's pause just to make sure that we can have a good time building. 2 tracks. There we go. Wonderful. Let's get some tramming going on. Yep. I tell you what, this is a very, very regimented town, isn't it? Very, very regimented, and I have absolutely no idea why. It's funny. It's just weird. Okay. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, give me that brand new line. I've got 2 brand new lines. That's fine. Tramming in Horsham. Did I spell that right? I don't think I did, but you know, that's part of the character building exercise that I undergo with these vehicles, right? Right, 2 of these Peter Witt streetcar thingamajiggers. And... what the heck is the name of the... what the heck is the... what is the name of the... what is the name of the thing that I just... tramming in Horsham. Okay, that's that sounds a little bit different. Oh, I put the bus thing on the wrong street. That's fine. Look. Just roll with me. Roll with me for a second here, folks. Okay, so that should now become a tram stop, if I'm not mistaken. Tramming in Horsham. That's right. We're not even in Horsham, but that's what you get. That is what you get. Okay, so we don't really want to be building high-speed track, like, properly. But I guess there's, like, no reason to, right? There's no reason not to, apart from the fact that it will cost rather a lot of money. Alright, ditch that. I mean, a high-speed service literally just forces me to be a little bit more sort of astute with the straightness of my tracks. 2 buildings will be removed. Will they heck? Alright, well, if 2 buildings have to be removed, then that's the price of progress. I don't quite know why those buildings showed as not being removed. Ah, whatever. Okay, yeah, this is going to be an expensive endeavor. But necessary. Necessary. Okay, I think that there will be an angle where we can make this happen. But we're not going to be able to make it happen at the full high speed. That's somewhat irritating, actually, because I was kind of hoping that we could make this fully high speed. For no reason other than future-proofing. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? 230 mile an hour just ain't that bad. So let me just undo all of that expensive house removal that I just undertook. And hold on. We need to merge into the other lane, don't we? That's providing we don't have a collision. But it says that we do have a collision. I'm pretty sure that that collision is entirely down to that signal over there. So let's ditch those 2 signals. And continue with our high-speed track. There we go. What do you know? It works. It works just fine. Okay, so because this is the first bit of high-speed track, you know, you would expect it to be useful. It won't be, pretty much, for all intents and purposes. It will not be useful. In fact, it will be pretty unuseful, actually. Okay, that's a bit of a failure. Right, come there. Oh, come on, really? Right, 75 kilometers per hour. Okay, the opposite of high speed is exactly what's happening here. But at this point, let's just get that connected. Let's just say goodbye to that horrific bit of horrific bit of track. That's fine though. Let's see if we can try and get a route perhaps that takes us, maybe takes us up to Medlar and Wesham, or maybe across to Stamford. Why don't we do both? Why don't we do both? We can do both. Do I want to do standard tracks? I mean, I kind of want to do standard tracks, but I'm not going to. Because this is an opportunity that we have here. An opportunity to modernize. An opportunity to go boldly where no man has gone before. Okay. Yeah, what's the best way of doing this? It's only got a population of 79. Warwick has got 133. Stamford has got even more. Why don't we loop around and go to Stamford? We could do that. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. Okay. 115 kilometers per hour. That's pretty abysmal top speed, but that's fine. Right, so we can, in fact, also take this opportunity to branch off here. Man, I feel like we're building a heck of a lot of infrastructure, but that's okay. It'll be worth it. I just need to make sure that I keep a bunch of money back for all of the ridiculously expensive trains, which I'm going to have to put on this line. Or on these multiple lines, as it will transpire, I'm sure. Right, 1.2 million for that bit of track. It's a pretty penny to pay. Right, I literally just want one singular station. And I can even make it a terminal station. And that should literally take into track type, high speed, sure. That will take into account the entirety of the town. No, ideally I want to only destroy one building. That seems to be actually possible. One building will be removed. Fantastic. Brilliant. Get that down. Alright. Okay, so the track will definitely need adjusting in the future. But, you know, that's a problem for future Potato. Present Potato is just glad that we're actually making a bunch of new infrastructure, which is actually really exciting. I mean, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Okay, Stamford, where are we gonna put your station? Is it gonna be a terminal station? Probably not, because we're gonna want to go to Stallbridge afterwards. So ideally, passenger station. We plonk it down, sort of on the outskirts of town over here, maybe. I mean, that would be a great place for it. That's not terrible either. Why don't we do it over there? What I'll do, I will insert a covert bit of road. There we go. And then atop this covert road, there shall perch a station. That's a cargo station. Right. Did I build a cargo station in Wesham? No, I didn't. That's fine. That's brilliant. Okay. Ditch that. And let's connect up the tracks. One building will be moved. 7 will be moved. One building will be removed. 7 will be moved. I don't suppose we can perhaps go underground. Nope. Okay. Where's the bit of track that we need to connect to? It's over there. So we could actually afford to come down this way. Look, just as long as it's one building that's removed, I think we'll be just fine. There we go. Again, like, I want to make this... How is that? Okay, it's not for me to question. I want to improve this in the future, but for now, let's just get it done. Okay, will this connect up? That will indeed connect up, and it will connect up in a way which I actually don't completely hate. Actually don't mind that at all. Yeah, very, very happy with that. Okay, so lots and lots of high-speed track we're building. In fact, I think we're probably doubling the size of our network. Well, maybe not doubling, but definitely adding a good chunk of extra network in here. That can be removed. And you know what? Whilst we're on a roll, why don't we just continue to Stallbridge? Okay. Also, I've had an idea. I've had a brilliant idea. You know, sort of a one in a million ideas. The ideas that only come to you once in a million. You know, not sold on that. Well, it's two ideas, actually. This is a terminal station. Sure. So, a couple of things that we need to do. First of all, we need to get tramming services set up. Set up over here. Yep, we're going to need to come down past the bottom of these fields. I simply don't believe it. I simply don't believe it. What does that collide with? The land. Looks cool. Looks cool as heck, though. Unfortunately, steel suspension bridges only go up to 180 miles an hour. Which is a bit of a bummer. Tunnels, on the other hand, tunnels go the whole hog. They go the full 300 kilometers an hour. Anyway, my great idea. Actually, that's totally fine. That track that I've just built there. Yeah, my two great ideas are... Come on. How is there a collision? Why would you give me a collision there, eh? There. Okay, so my two great ideas actually are, first of all, getting a tram system set up in Stallbridge and getting a tram system set up in Stamford as well. Both of these things I'm going to do. But my other idea is that we've basically just created a bespoke high-speed network, and it's just occurred to me. But Shipknoll is in a pretty darn good position to get a nice hefty expansion and become like a hub of high-speed travel. Because if you think about it, right? We've got a bespoke, it's not a high-speed line, but it's a regular line on which only one train runs. We've got a high-speed-ish bit of train there, and then the rest of the track up to the north of Shipknoll is all high speed. So why don't we turn Shipknoll into a massive hub station? I think that's exactly what we're going to do. It's in the perfect place. We can reclaim some land over here. It'll be a pretty sort of, well, relatively easy process. And, you know, passengers seem to enjoy traveling to Shipknoll. Now, of course, that doesn't resolve the issue of getting passengers from Shipknoll to Gravesend. But I think that, you know, we're only 32 minutes into this video. I think we can think about building a high-speed track from Shipknoll direct to Gravesend. I think that would be definitely something that we're able to do. How's the island getaway line doing? I don't think the first boat hasn't actually arrived yet. Okay, so we've not really had a test there. Okay, anyway, let me just continue. Let me get the tram set up first in the first instance. If I get the tram set up, then that won't be too much of a problem. There we go. Wonderful. Tram depot. I've always wondered, why is depot spelt depot? You know, it's a tram depot. Maybe I should just start referring to it as depot from now on. I don't know if that's an acceptable thing to do or an acceptable thing to say. But the tram depot, yes, it's looking good. Okay, wonderful. Don't know why I felt the need to sing in that instance. When the beat drops, what can I say? Right. Terminal tramming. That's right. Just to confuse things even more, I've decided to Spy 3. Decided to name a tram network after the terminal station, of which there could be lots. In fact, that might not even remain a terminal station forever, so terminal tramming might become non-terminal tramming at some point. But for now, I'm blissfully ignorant of the fact that it is anything but terminal tramming. All right, my station is up here. Brilliant. Fantastic. I think we can actually just get away with maybe 2 stations. I should probably just get three tram stops. just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that over there. That over there. Yeah, perfect. And you know what? We should also upgrade this so we can make it a nice little loop. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. And this will be Stamford Tram Jam. That's right. It's a brand new naming convention. It's another brand new naming convention. I'm gonna get 3 trams because I judge this town to be pretty big, pretty juicy. And also, you see that? The Stamford Tram Jam. Yeah, look at that. It goes in a lovely little loop. How great is that? How great is that? Okay, so that is that. That is all that we need to worry about in terms of track, I think. Now what we want to do is see if we can try and get Shipknoll turned into an absolutely mega station. Okay, so we want high-speed tracks. I mean, I guess these tracks could remain unhigh-speeded for now. Okay, not entirely sure why this is going so slowly. Okay, but that looks fine. We'll get more high-speed track over here. It's going slowly now because of the autosave. I see that now. Yeah, thank you very much, video game. Okay, I did not want to put that there. Oh, goodness gracious me, this is slow. Alright, ditch that. Platforms, passenger platforms. I thought I'd demolish this. I did indeed demolish it. Cool. Great. More passenger platforms. Fantastic. And then tracks. Let's get more. Yep. And yet more. Brilliant. Okay, and what is that? That's 6 tracks. I actually think that will not be enough, because ideally I want every route to have its own platform. Okay, miscellaneous. Let's get a passenger roof. This costs $0. Well, I'm very happy about that, I must say. But we'll get that all looking nice and consistent and even, which is great. Alright, grand. Okay, now I did want to link the high-speed network up to there, but there honestly seems like absolutely no point in linking it directly up to the existing track that we've got, because that existing track is only going to slow things down. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make a bespoke route. Yep, right across here, right into the station. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then we're going to also try and link this up. This extra track, that is. In fact, you know what I could do? You know what I could do whilst I'm here? I could just stick down a passenger building at the end. One building will be removed. Yeah, I don't want it across the whole route. I just want a tiny little bit. Is that not allowed? Okay. We've now got some underpasses. Yeah, I wanted to try and get I wanted to try and get a building on the end, but apparently we can't put that in without causing a problem for the other bit of track there, which is a great shame. A great shame, in fact. A great Great shame. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Since this is going to be a terminal station, we're going to need to... Let's just link all this up. Link that in there. Link that in over there. Let's get some crossover. There we go. Fantastic. And some crossover here. Is this too much crossover? It might be. Who knows? Nobody knows. I'm sure somebody knows. Okay, that doesn't seem to be possible. What about you try a little bit harder, video game? Maybe see if we can try another configuration. There we go. What do you know? It works like an absolute dream. Brilliant. Okay, so let me just have a little look at the signal layout. I'm pretty sure that I know exactly where the signal should be. Yep, indeed I do. So, let's go there. That needs to go there. And that's it. That's all that we need. We now have a high-speed terminal. A high-speed terminal. Which is brilliant. Okay, and I'm going to stick in a signal right over there. And a signal right over there. Because absolutely we want to be stopping the traffic. We want to be stopping the traffic on the slow line from coming into the station. Also, I could maybe divert this line onto one of the high-speed stations. In fact, we could just convert this to high-speed track, just in general. Yeah, the cross-map express. That would definitely benefit, I think, from being a high-speed track. Doesn't particularly matter for now, though. Let's just go ahead and get the age-old train depot set up as swiftly as we possibly can. I'm just going to put it... In fact, do we already have a train depot near here? No, we don't have a train depot near. There's also no way at the moment for any slow trains to transition onto high-speed tracks, or vice versa, actually. Okay, we're going to want to go onto that track, because that track is the one that goes back. Yep. Okay, all right, let's make a line. Let's make a line. So immediately from what I can see, there's definitely two lines, right? So there's definitely the Horsham, Stamford, Stallbridge line, and then there's the Horsham, Medlar line. Medlar with Wesham, obviously. Okay, so start at Shipknoll, up to here. Already there's a problem. That's okay. Okay. Right, where seems to be the problem? Could not connect all the stations. We've got the route back, but we don't have the route there. Ah, yes, I see the problem. We haven't actually allowed for any crossing over of the tracks. So this is going to be called the North Shipknoll Express. Actually, Express. Even though, at the moment, I don't actually think it will count as an express because we don't have any express trains. Yeah, what I needed to do was this. Just get this crossed over. How on earth is that not possible? This is the best opportunity that we're ever gonna get. You complete idiot. You complete idiot, Potato. Okay. Also, that's not high-speed track in the station, is it? I'm gonna need to get that upgraded. Brilliant. Okay. That's going that way. That's going that way. Fantastic. Yeah, can I get this configured, please? I don't know if I can just upgrade it. I think I'm going to need to remove the bits individually. Yeah. Now, that's not really super important. or it doesn't look to be super important, but it will be kind of important if we have any trains, any high-speed trains thundering through here. I'd much rather they thunder through at, you know, the full 300 kilometers per hour. Oh, no. Oh, video game. Oh, video game, you... Things were going so well. I'm gonna now need to delete all of this. All of this. There we go. In order to configure this station to work properly. Well, my bad, I suppose. I should have been more more aware when I built the station. Speaking of, actually, did I build the other stations with high-speed track in mind? Yeah, I think all the others are high-speed track enabled. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Cool. Okay, let's go back. Let's reconnect this all up. High-speed track, yada, yada, yada. There we go. Brilliant. Okay. Nice. Okay, signals are already in place. Brilliant. So, the Shipknoll Express should go just like that. Perfect. We're gonna need to make sure that we have a bit of crossover. A bit of crossover at each station here. Although, to be honest, it's at the moment anyway, it's just gonna be one. It's gonna be one train that's using it. So I don't think we really need to be too overly concerned. There we go. And then all the way over at Stallbridge Halt. Brilliant. And then which one is for going there? I'm pretty sure it's the right one for going there and the left one for coming back. Goodness me, we've built a lot of track. Yeah, it's the right one that's going there, left one is coming back. There we go. That looks grand, spectacular. Okay, we're actually using both sides of the track now. Wonderful. Very, very happy about that. Okay. Right one for going there. Left one for coming back. Yes, that is a problem. Because there's no swap over here. Is there an opportunity for me to do that? Yeah, so I need to be swapping over from... In fact, why don't I just say that you use... No. You use the other platform. Yeah, at Horsham. Use platform 2 at Horsham. There we go. Yeah, use platform 2 at Horsham. That's totally fine. Okay, so that is one route. That is one route. I only have 22 million to spend. I say only. That is not actually that much money at all. Now, an electric train, I think, is exactly what we're after. Although, the problem is that the electric trains go nowhere near the speed that I want them to go at. So, what can you do? Right. We'll get, yeah, sure. We'll get a 21 million train. We'll do that. Brilliant. And we'll get you stuck onto the North Shipknoll Express. Fantastic. Ooh, something that I was going to change on the North Shipknoll Express. I want you to, after Stambridge Halt, I want you to come back to Stamford. You can do the other track. Yeah, just do the other track at Stamford on the way back. In fact, just swap that around. There we go. So we don't have to change tracks and therefore slow down. Same with over here, that's fine. But on the way back after there, you can go over there. Cool. Horsham, you're going to go onto the opposite track. Wonderful. And then we'll get back to Shipknoll, and that's fine. We'll just use the same waiting area in Shipknoll. Okay, fantastic. Get to work now. I'm, you know, shortly going to be unlocking high-speed trains. I say shortly. I'm going to be unlocking high-speed trains in a bit, But for now, that massive expense that I've just incurred, just in terms of building up the ridiculously expensive high-speed track, but also the operating of high-speed track. It's not going to be cheap, but it is, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing that I've done, and I'm actually kind of happy with it. It looks good. We've built a fairly comprehensive track, to be honest. Track and track network, everything seems to be looking good. 76 passengers, is that too many? Is that too few? I don't know. We will have to wait and see. We will absolutely have to wait and see. We also now need to think about an express track, a high-speed express track between Gravesend and between Shipknoll, so that we can actually high-speed the whole way. We can actually go, you know, at a decently high speed for the entire duration between Gravesend and Shipknoll. Do I want to do that now? I mean, I want to do it now. The only problem is... Oh, yeah, see, look at this. Let's Get Shifty. Let's Get Shifty is just... I mean, this will eventually become an express service, and at the moment, it's just not doing... It's not doing anything of the sort. And that is a problem. That is a real old-fashioned problem. How's Gravesend doing in terms of growth? 607 residents scheduled to grow. How's Burnley doing in terms of residents? Follow the aircraft. Oh, a little bit choppy. Follow the aircraft. How are we doing over here? Burnley's actually doing pretty darned well, if I do say so myself. Yeah, the way that we are transporting the goods at the moment, very, very, very inefficient. Horrifically inefficient, in fact. But my goodness. My goodness, it's working. It's absolutely working. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of high speed, we're going to want to get a high speed Burnley to Cleobury Mortimer route as well. Even though technically it's an express at the moment, it's I mean, it's slowed down pretty horrifically by non-passenger travel trains. Yeah, see, look at this. Look at this nonsense. You got 57 of the finest passengers in the world, as we know it, and they have to go super slowly. It's a joke. Yeah, to be honest, same with Cotsgrave. Cotsgrave could really do with being upgraded to a properly high speed station. Alternatively, rather than dropping the cross-map express off at Cotsgrave, we could just go all the way to Cleobury Mortimer, and that would sort of connect the 3 points of the map up: Cleobury Mortimer, Burnley, and Gravesend. That might be what I do. Although I do kind of like the idea of Cotsgrave just being like this weird sort of railway town in the middle of nowhere. It's quite nice to envision. Right, Stoned, you are going ridiculously slowly. And you are the Cross-Map Express, who I now need to allocate a different track. Yes. So this Cross-Map Express, I'm gonna make some slight amendments. So at the moment it's running on the old track. I'm gonna have it merge into this over here. In fact, I'm not even gonna have it merge in. I'm gonna have it have its own special station, special platform. That's the word that I'm looking for. Right. Let's get this sorted out now. These two tracks, by the way, I think at the moment I'm probably going to use for the Gravesend high-speed service when we eventually get around to building that. But this one right here can be linked up directly with high-speed track. High-speed track. Right over here. I'll just keep it as one single bit of track right now, although I can obviously expand that as we go. There we go. And then we were going to want to merge this onto there. And merge that onto there. Fantastic. Okay, so not the North Shipknoll Express, which is already losing me a ton of money. I'm looking for the Cross Map Express. There we go. We need to manage the line. Pause just for a second. And in Shipknoll, you're going to use platform number 7. Thank you very much. Platform number 7. So now we should have absolutely no interference. Absolutely no interference. Ah. That is a bit of a problem. We're now using the same side of the track. Let me just quickly change that. Get some signals in. There we go. Okay, so now if we look at Cross Map Express, yeah, the Cross Map Express should work. And the tiny little bit of track that the Cross Map Express has is completely unimpeded, so it shouldn't link up with anything whatsoever. It should all be totally fine. It should all be absolutely totally fine. You know, upon further reflection, if I'm going to keep these two tracks for the Gravesend to Shipknoll Express train, they don't really need to be linked up to this northern network anyway. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they don't need to be linked up at all. Which is fine. Anyway, how are we doing? Goodness gracious me, a heck of a lot of passengers. Heck of a lot of passengers waiting. Presumably the train is just about at the end of the network. Wow, it's actually in a pretty darn good position. The good news is that we should theoretically be able to... We should theoretically be able to reach the max speed of this train very, very quickly. 120 kilometers per hour. Yep, we should be able to reach that pretty much at every point along the track. This red bit of track there, completely irrelevant, because we're not going to be crossing over tracks. We're just going to be coming straight into the station. What do we got here? 220. That's fine. I mean, yeah, to be honest, even at the steepest curved bits, we should still be absolutely fine in terms of speed for this train anyway. 120 kilometers per hour is the max, so we're not gonna be going, or no, we're not gonna be straying far from that max limit. So that's pretty darn good. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. A class 412-2. 412-2 class, 9,000. Brilliant. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that's looking so good. How's Goodley doing? Goodley's doing okay. It's a bit slow. Very, very slow, in fact. In fact, can I get a brand new train? I'm just sick and tired of using rubbish trains here. Why don't we see if we can afford the unbelievably expensive... the brand new one. The 412. An 8-year lifespan. Alright. Not good. $13 million? I mean, I want as much power as I possibly can get for as cheap a price as possible. Yeah, we're going a bit far back now. Yeah, let's try and get... the Flying Scotsman just isn't... It just isn't a cargo train. That's what perturbs me about the whole thing. Sure. Roll with that. So get that. Brand new locomotive. It should be a heck of a lot more powerful. We should be able to, you know, travel a little bit faster. You know, we get up to 52 kilometers per hour. That ain't so bad. That ain't so bad at all. That's actually fine. That's totally fine. That's grand. Okay, fine. I also should have probably mentioned at the very start of the episode that on this occasion I haven't actually had to go and adjust my... I haven't had to stick the game in 4 times speed or 3 times speed or whatever. and make any debt repayments, because there's none to make. I was, you know, 40 million in the bank at the very start of the episode, 6 million in the bank at the end of the episode, and all of it has been invested in the railway. That's not super bad. In fact, that's quite good. That's quite good. Very, very good, in fact. Yeah. See, look at this. Look at the Shipknoll Express. The Let's Get Shifney. I don't even know where the Let's Get Shifney is. It's probably waylaid in this ridiculous backlog. Oh no, it's over here. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna upgrade you. We are gonna upgrade you. Let's get you upgraded. Yeah, Flying Scotsman. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. 120 kilometers per hour. Not enough money to make that happen. Well, you know what? The Flying Scotsman is a passenger train. It seems only right that we actually get a passenger train. One of the most iconic passenger trains in the entire world to do a fantastic passenger train run. Condition is very, very good. Let me adjust the maintenance for it. I'll put it on high so that we actually don't fall into a complete state of disrepair. Look at this garbage. Look at how long we're waiting. It's ridiculous. Okay, so first of all, let me take out a little bit of a loan. It's okay. I'm not going to scrap this, although I was just thinking about doing just that. But we're gonna build high-speed track, and this high-speed track is gonna be completely independent from the other track, from this other track over here. Can I build? Yep, there we go. Yeah, we'll just stick to the right-hand side of the track. Absolutely. I mean, look, I would expect this to become probably one of the most busy passenger services in the map, or in the world. I say in the world. But it will become very, 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 very busy in time. Okay. Let's just roll with this track. Let's go with this high-speed track. We'll come all the way around. This will probably have to be modified at some point to turn it into a proper high-speed track. In fact, I've just had one of those ideas that only comes to you once in a lifetime. That's right. What's stopping us? If I have a little look at the track speed limits over here, that's 300 kilometers per hour, 300 miles an hour, whatever. What's stopping us from just going underground? I mean, going underground would be horrifically expensive, but you gotta remember that, I mean, in the first instance, this is supposed to be a very luxurious premium service anyway. But more than that, we want to go to Gravesend. Okay, hold on. We're gonna need to ditch this track. Oh no, that's irritating. Yeah, so what we could do is we could have a massive, massive, massive underground tunnel, which takes us away from the fray. That's only gonna cost me $500,000. $500,000. Yeah. That's actually a really good deal. See, look at that. Yeah, so we basically completely changed the game. We completely change the game, and we make a ridiculously straight bit of high-speed track, which actually goes underwater. That is really cool. I mean, barely underwater, but very, very cool nonetheless. And doesn't really leave us with a huge bill. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for continuing the tunnel past this field, I guess. Sure. Do that. And then we shall emerge. We will continue to emerge. Get up to about this height. And then... yeah, we'll just continue straight. Wonderful. It's literally that simple. There we go. Okay. Okay. And that will allow us to keep the speed up at 300 kilometers per hour. And I tell you what we'll do. You know how I have a single passenger line? I actually kind of did plan for this. Can you believe that? It's kind of crazy. But what this is right here is this is a bespoke connection that's just ready to go. Sure, it might not be high speed, but I mean that doesn't really matter. Now, am I able to undergroundify this as well? I kind of doubt that. Kind of doubt that we're going to be able to stick this underground. We could probably get away with just crossing over the tracks. The reason that it's having a collision is why. It shouldn't really be happening. Ah, it's the points. It's the points. It's the massively confusing and irritating point system. I mean, look, I still think it's going to be possible. I still think it's going to be possible to make this system work. So we're basically going to need to connect up this bit of track over here, right down to these two inputs, right over there. Yeah. Yeah, what a funny situation. This is I'm happy with this. Very, very happy with this. And it's not even going to cost me that much money. Only a couple of million. Okay, you know what? Let's just ditch that. Ditch that. There is no real reason why that needs to be connected anyway. Right? Maybe there was a reason. Doesn't particularly matter. Really? Really, we still can't make that happen. All right. Well, we're gonna have to reshoot to try and get this done then. Because I'm sorry, but getting the high-speed track. Getting the high-speed track across this section is the priority at the moment. Look, if push comes to shove, what we can always do with the growing Gravesend station is we can run a track round this way and then down to connect up over there. In fact, that might be the best thing to do, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. Take that back a little bit. Take that back a little bit. I mean, we want to try and keep this as high speed for as long as we possibly can. It just seems like something which I will regret not doing in the future. Okay, now let's see if we can just sort of connect it up. And that's still only at 193, 172. Really? We're only able to get up to 172, 192 on that corner. You need to take corners just so slowly, don't you? The fact that there is a hill there is actually quite problematic. And that's why things are being slowed down, isn't it? I see the issue now. I see the problem. I see the problem. Yeah. Is there any other way to do this? Not really. I mean, I was genuinely thinking perhaps about connecting up like an underground tunnel from the other end of the platform all the way up, but I don't think that is feasible. Okay. Well, we'll just try and oh, look at this. This is absolutely garbage. This is just a really sort of badly placed hill for us, isn't it? Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great at all. Okay. Come down this way. Bring the 300 km/h track with me, so that I can try and approach it from the other angle. I mean, that's not bad, is it? It's not bad. There's too much slope, and that's over here. I mean, that keeps it at 300 for as long as feasibly possible. And then we just absolutely destroy the speed on the corner over there. I mean, that's not actually horrific. That's fine. I mean, that corner is very, very sharp in high-speed terms, but look, if it works, right? Okay. Let's do that. And connect up over there. Brilliant. You know what? I've just had another idea, which, you know, only comes to you once every couple of years, or, you know, a couple of times an episode, really, if you're me. Why don't I just, instead of faffing around with the crossover on this bit, why don't I just put it over here? It's not ideal. It shouldn't make that much of a difference, though. If it's not possible, I completely get it. I'll only be really, really irritated. Right. Let's get Shipknoll. Yeah, let's get Shipknoll's route has now been disconnected, which is somewhat of an issue. Let me just get this. Hold on a minute. Yeah, let me connect this to that there. That should reconnect. Let's get Shipknoll. You don't have a route. Oh, yes. You are horrifically stuck, aren't you? That's my bad. I'll fix that right now. I'll try and fix this right now anyway. There we go. Drive on. Tally-ho. Right. Now, we have rather impacted the length of this route. Rather than going directly across there, they now have to go all the way around here. But that's fine, that's fine. We'll fix that right now with a wonderful little bridge. Yep. I say a wonderful little bridge. It's slightly more than the little bridge that I had indeed planned for. It works, I guess. Sure. Okay. Again, it works. Sure. I guess. All right. So that should be a much quicker route. Okay. Anyway, so let's get Shipknoll. Where are you at? Let's get Shipknoll. You're down. You're all the way back up here. Fine. Fine. Okay. So unpause. And let's see all of these trains in motion. Oh, you know what I almost forgot to do? I almost forgot to finish the other half of the track. The other half of the high-speed track, which is unrequired. Oh, you just get the bridge that I've just built, really? The bridge that I've just built. Oh, the bridge that I've just built is fine. It's not a problem. That's a bit of a suspension, though. A bit of a suspension. A bit of an expanse, I mean. Not a bit of a suspension. That's a type of bridge, you dingus potato. Alright, anyway, 300 kilometers an hour. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I am a little bit worried now that I've built, you know, I've built foundations of sand. And it could all come tumbling down once the true cost, once the true cost of this high-speed track is revealed. Okay, I've erroneously connected up the different sides of the track. Honestly, not gonna make much of a difference at all. The speed over here is still abysmal anyway, so. Oh yeah, this is a funky little bit of track over here, isn't it? Yeah. Ditch that for now. Ditch that as well. Yeah, this is a really, really funky bit of track. I remember building this at the time, and it was just a bit of a problem. That's okay. It should be totally fine to fix, though. Why on earth is this not possible to build? Oh, you know what I just realized? I've not been building with the overhead electricity pylon. There we go. If I just do this now, it will mean that I don't have to worry about it. You idiot potato. It will mean that I don't have to worry about it in the future. There we go. That's all done. And it should update all the way to here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Grand. Wonderful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. We'll worry about that. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that specific bit later. I just want to make sure that everything is in working order. Grand. And grand. Yeah, so still a little bit of track funkiness. It gets a little bit too close for my liking, but that's fine. That's completely fine. Okay, we can downgrade these bits because they don't actually need electricity pylons, although technically neither does the high-speed stuff. And that's everything. That's everything completely connected. It would be good to try and get a connection up to this area. But if that's not going to happen, then that's not going to happen, eh? That looks good. Looks good to me. Okay, so no issues with any line. We still don't have a route which connects up to. Yeah, no, we've got a route that has Horsham in, but we don't have Medlar. We don't have Medlar in yet. Speaking of, how are we doing? How are we doing on the North Shipknoll Express? Honestly, I would expect us to be making a fair bit of money from this line. Oh, and I also need to keep an eye on Let's Get Shifty to make sure that it all works just as planned. All right, wonderful. We actually have a proper high-speed express. No high-speed trains yet, but as soon as we get a train that can go above 120 kilometers an hour, you bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to get it. I'm absolutely going to get it. Also, what I think I am going to do, manage this vehicle just for a second, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to add on 2 extra carts, I think. 1 extra cart, I think. And I'm going to just make sure that it's a touch longer, because at the moment, it's just not carrying enough people. Okay, let's get Shifty. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Look at how long this train has to wait for. Right. Repay any debt that I may have. Yeah, I don't know how many people are actually waiting at the Shipknoll train station, but I'm pretty sure we could easily increase our profits if we were just to move this train onto the high-speed track, which we've now finally just built. And we've also increased the speed of this train. We've now got the wonderful Flying Scotsman, which I must say is is doing a tremendous speed, in fact. Oh, what a sight. What a sight. You've got the aircraft in the sky. Aircraft taking off. Look at this. Look at this. This is the bee's knees. This is absolutely great. Right, I wonder if the train is automatically going to path onto the high-speed track. I very much doubt it. It would be nice if it did. That's a couple of zebra crossings in there, or a couple of, you know, track crossings. Alright, all looks fine. Grand. This is going to be a little bit of a unique transition from one line to the next, because it'll cross over at this point. But that's it. Cool. Yeah, Breadley's catch. Honestly, I can't believe that Breadley's catch is still on the go. It's wonderful, though. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it. It's making us actual, real cash money. Okay, so you're gonna go, then you're gonna go. In fact, let's have a little look. Let's get Shipknoll. Yep. You bet your bottom dollar it's gonna change in just a second. I say it's gonna change. I'm gonna force it to change. Wonderful. Brilliant. Okay, pause. Ditch this bit of track. Oh. Ditch that bit of track right there. Yep, I know you have an issue. And manage the line. So in Shipknoll, you're going to be now using a bespoke platform. I think it's platform 3 and 4. It's platform 5 and 6. It's platform 5. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So let's get a little bit of crossover as well, because that's what we need to do. There we go. Fantastic. And then if we have a little look, oh man, it works perfectly. It works absolutely perfectly. We're using both sides of the track in complete accordance with what I would like to happen. And it all seems to work absolutely spectacularly. So let's watch the Flying Scotsman come into the train station. Let's get Shipknoll 265 passengers. Wowzers. Wowzers. I tell you what, the train is actually not looking too terrible right now. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so let's get Shipknoll. Should have no excuse for being the most blisteringly fast train around here. Even at, if I look at the track speed limits, I don't think that there is a time, other than at the start here, where we drop below the maximum speed. That is 118. But that's it. So that's the only point, I believe, on the entire track where this train will not be going at the full 120 kilometers per hour. And that is very, very good. I think we're going to get another one of these trains, by the way. Another Flying Scotsman at some point. Because this is just wonderful. I'm super happy with the number of passengers that we have waiting over here. 190, 195 over at Gravesend. How many have we got over at this end? 80 over in Shipknoll. Yeah, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad at all. We should really try and grow Shipknoll. We should try and send over some fuel. I don't know if there's nearby fuel refinery anywhere, is there? Not particularly. Maybe that's sort of the next stage of the process where we try and grow Shipknoll. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the next episode, because, ladies and gents, that is it for now. Thank you oh so much for watching. I, of course, have been Open Potato. This has been Transport Fever. Thanks as ever to my fantastic patrons who help make videos like this possible. I'll see you next time. Bye.